Good day, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I would like to start with mathematics.
Mathematics.
I'm very interested in if mathematics is basic to reality.
It depends.
And
there are some constants, but not everywhere. And of course it can be expressed differently by different civilizations and cultures.
The same mathematics can be expressed differently.
Of course. For example, what you call in your quantum physics formulas or equations using mathematical symbols that express the idea known as the uncertainty principle, or such similar concepts, might be expressed in our civilization simply by a geometric form, rather than an equation of symbols.
But
you follow me?
I follow, but that means that there's a mathematical structure, more
Yes.
basic, of which these two are models.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And also, some New Age literature
Yes.
speaks about there being 7 levels or 12 dimensions, but
Well,
the number
yes.
7 seems particularly significant,
Yes.
as there being soul groups being multiples of 7.
Well, yes, but remember that while accurate from their perception, some of those hierarchical distinctions, while to some degree representative of different frequency levels, are also distinctly germane to the level that is perceiving them. Other realities might perceive the same concept in a number of different ways.
Okay, because I thought that if there are 7 levels and
Yes.
not 8 or 9 or whatever, that seems to contradict the idea that all that is really all that is.
Again, the idea of 7 levels, as I said, is an arbitrary distinction being made from your reality. It's the way your reality needs to interpret the concept of infinity for itself in a certain way. From the level of all that is, it doesn't necessarily see itself as being separated into 7 levels. But it understands that from the Earth perspective, 7 levels makes the most sense based on the frequencies and the juxtaposition of geometries and mathematics of energy as you need to express the concept of shifting frequencies.
Okay, but it also seems that there is a basic physics to reality, to energy, to consciousness, and that seems to imply that because of the nature of energy, some things are possible and some things are not possible.
Some things are possible or not possible within any localized reality. But anything you can imagine exists somewhere within infinity, or you could not imagine it.
Okay, but it means that if I can imagine it, then it exists.
It exists somewhere. It may not be pertinent to your local reality.
I understand, but my imagination can be limited because
Yes.
I
Your
am limited.
imagination may be limited, but anything you are capable of imagining exists. I'm not saying you can imagine everything that is, but I'm saying everything you do imagine does exist somewhere.
Okay, but I can imagine that all that is all that it can be, but
Yes.
not all that. All that it can be seems to be, well, maybe it cannot be everything. So maybe it's limited because it's nature.
All right, but what you have simply now done is imagined a limited all that is within an infinite one. You see, you have created a localized representation within an infinite one.
Okay.
That's what you've done with your imagination. Yes, of course, you can imagine a limited all that is. And that exists within the infinite one.
Okay. Does it also mean that there's no limit to how good you can feel?
Well, that is a relatively subjective thing. You could say that there might be various ways in which people interpret the concept of feeling good.
That's right, yeah.
So it would depend on a case-by-case basis as to what that individual might mean by I feel good. In a sense, there is no limit pragmatically to how good you can feel. But there might be certain states of being that you might imagine would be ecstatic states that may not actually be capable of being experienced by your neurological system.
Okay, that keys into the next question is that I understand everything is equally valuable.
Yes.
So the ant is equally valuable as all that is.
Yes.
But the localized consciousness
Yes.
is limited. So it cannot, for instance, choose to experience ecstasy or something like that.
Yes, it can.
Okay.
Within its own framework, to whatever degree it is capable of experiencing something, it is free to choose to experience that thing.
I understand, but with the concept of the oversoul,
Yes.
it seems as if that's the way, that's the life you want. The oversoul experiences everything, and the
Now you
aspect-
are making a value judgment. When you say it seems that that's the life you want, you are devaluing the fact that you chose to have this life.
Well, not in an absolute value sense as that it has value, but in a sense that it is preferable.
What I am saying is, the reason you chose the life you're living is because at the time you made that choice, this was preferable too. You just don't remember. It's equal in preference to the Oversoul's existence. And from that level you knew that. Right now you don't know that.
Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Is there anyone who would like to share more of what they know?
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day. What do you know for sure?
What do I know through your teachings? And so I
No,
thank
just
you.
what do you know?
Okay.
Doesn't matter how you know it. Through me, through anything. What do you know?
I know that I'm multidimensional.
All right.
I know.
How do you know that?
I just know.
All right. There's no doubt, there's no question
There's
for
no
you
doubt.
at this point in your life.
Right.
It is an absolute certainty for you.
Yes.
Thank you. What else do you know?
Reality is an illusion. I know.
Yet the experience of it is real. All right. What else do you know?
I know that I'm consciousness in the form, this human form, and with this particular personality.
Yes.
And that my reality is shaped by my beliefs.
All right.
And I'm working hard to change this. And that.
And you know you're what? You know you're working hard?
Well, right. I know that.
All right.
With a lot of certainty.
All right.
And finally, recently, I know I'm loved unconditionally by all that is.
Thank you. Is this state of knowing capable thus then of being applied to other areas of your life where you feel more uncertain?
Yes.
All right. You know that too then?
Yes.
All right. Anything else you want to squeak in there that you know for sure?
Not that I can think of right now.
All right. So at this moment you know that you don't know anything else. For sure. Correct?
That's correct.
So that's something else you know.
Yes.
Thank you. Let's be thorough after all.
Okay.
Is there something you wish to share?
In terms of questions?
If you wish.
Oh, okay. Yes, first of all, I did also want to thank you, of course, for the interaction, send you infinite love, and that every moment spent with you, each and every moment, is a pleasure.
With you all as well.
Yes.
Or we wouldn't do it.
Thank you. I also wanted to first share that the impact of what you presented earlier in terms of the I am message.
Yes.
Because not only did it help with the knowingness, but
Yes.
it helped me to realize the importance of the energy behind words and phrases and symbols and sound and whatnot.
All right.
It really.
Thank you. All of you together, I am.
I am.
Just a reminder of how simple it is to be in a knowing state.
And it's interesting because there was a time when I couldn't say those words. I was a little hesitant and maybe even a little fearful, like,
Yes.
as if I didn't want to reach that point. So
Yes.
Okay. I think these are two quick questions. Going back to the analogy that you used about the matrix of now moments.
Yes.
I really love that analogy because I tend to think of it in that way.
Oh, all right.
So I kind of envision that there's this matrix and, there's all the possibilities.
Yes.
And just as an example, I'm preparing for an interview for a job.
Yes.
And say that in that matrix, there's a particular path, that I've been moving along. And there's going to be one of those moments that's the interview.
Yes.
And whatever energy I bring into that particular moment,
Yes.
My question is, since I'm interacting with another consciousness,
So to speak.
okay, well that's part of it too, because if we're all one, I'm trying to figure this out.
Remember, it's this and that, not this or that. You are interacting with another consciousness, and you're also interacting with your own only.
Okay.
Because any other consciousness you interact with, you still have to create your version of in your reality in order to perceive it.
Right. So in other words, is it saying that we can kind of pick and choose literally the reality that we want to have? So I can pick that now moment that I want to have in the time of the interview?
Gosh, I guess so. I guess that's what we've been saying for, 24 of your years.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Choose. Yes.
Choose.
Without expectation.
But now why do you say that?
Because we understand that the mechanisms of your personality will often think, I can choose for this to come out exactly this way with this outcome, this consequence, this result. Mm-hmm. Not understanding that the moment you do that, often what you're doing is actually limiting yourself, judging yourself, shutting the doors to the way in which the manifestation could actually occur in a greater form than you ever imagined.
Okay.
So go into the moment, being the moment, because that's the moment you want to be, not because of what you think that moment will get you.
Okay.
Because when you do that, you are doing what? You are conditionalizing infinity. You are putting conditions on infinity. Saying, I only want it to come out this way. If it doesn't come out this way, my life's not working.
Okay.
And then you take yourself out of the state. The only purpose for being in the state you prefer to be in is to be in the state you prefer to be in.
Okay.
Circumstances don't matter. Only your state of being matters.
Very good.
Does that help?
It certainly does.
Thank you.
Thank you. And one last question.
Yes.
This refers to what I'm going to call for the moment the back end part of the mechanism for physical healing.
The back end part of the mechanism.
The front end is, recently you described permission slips, and so I understand what you were saying there, and say that a person wants to do some physical healing, and they could either choose perhaps an allopathic form or a holistic form, say detoxification, or even energy healing, and this is the reason why I lead to this question. So the person's frequency, their belief system, will determine which option they choose. And then you were also describing that it's really, all of those methods are valid, but it's the power that we put behind, our belief and the method that we choose that actually generates the healing. Did I understand that correctly?
The idea is that you give off a frequency. Others that are attracted to you pick up on that frequency. Mm-hmm. They can then decide that if that frequency matches the idea of their perfect ideal state of health, if they then choose to match that frequency, that's what they will experience.
Okay.
But you are putting out a frequency to allow them to use it however they wish. Mm-hmm. If for some reason it serves everyone that you would attract a person who adamantly believes they cannot be healed by anyone, and they expose themselves to your frequency and are not healed, they do not heal themselves, then they get to say, see, I proved it. My belief stands. And you have helped them reinforce a belief that they have chosen to hold on to by them not allowing themselves to be healed. So you have still served them. Does that make sense?
Yes, I do understand that.
That's also why you don't need to have expectation. Because you don't necessarily need to know what anyone else's agenda is in coming to you. They may come to you to reinforce a belief they simply don't want to give up. But you've still helped them by helping them do what they want to do. Now, that may not happen in the majority of cases, but you have to allow for it because that's valid for them. Make sense?
Yes. Now, what I was referring to is like kind of like the back end of the mechanism.
Yes.
Like with energy healing, if a person believes that that will heal them,
Yes.
and it truly does. What my question is, from that belief
Yes.
to our physical body, which has its own consciousness,
Yes.
I was wondering what that mechanism is. In other words, is it that the power of the belief and the intention actually, more or less, I'm using these words loosely, sends instructions to the consciousness of the physical body that, you know, does
It is a form of communication, yes.
Okay.
It's a pattern of energy that then, if harmonized with, will create certain results, yes.
And since the physical body, or as the way we understand it, breaks down to, I'll just say, subatomic particles and whatnot. So each one has its own consciousness and intelligence.
Absolutely.
And because the physical body is integrated, then it all heals together.
It works together.
Yeah, okay.
Or not,
Okay.
if that serves a purpose.
Okay.
Now, with regard to, again, the belief system in healing, do you understand that even in what you call your allopathic medicinal methodologies, the most powerful form of healing known is the placebo?
Yes, 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 yes.
In fact, actual drug tests are always measured against the placebo, because if the drug is even 5% more effective than the placebo, it's considered extremely effective because the placebo is so effective.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Yes, yes.
The belief system of the person is the most effective thing, and your medical doctors know that. And that's why in doing their drug testing, because the placebo effect is actually responsible for such a high percentage of healing, even if the drug is a little bit better, that's the only criteria they need to say the drug is effective, because if it's no better than the placebo, it's not effective.
Right.
Because the placebo is so effective. The belief system is so much more effective. Make sense?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Much love to you.
And you as well. All of you take a deep breath. Relax, relax. Take another deep breath. Relax, relax. And one more time. Deep breath in. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Don't let it out. Hold it until you know that if you don't let it out, you're going to pass out. Hold it. Hold it. Oh, all right, let it out. Doesn't that feel good? Why does that feel so good? Not just the oxygen. You're centering yourselves, but also you're letting go. Letting go of a state you know will not serve you. So the idea of entering the state of knowingness will feel like a great sigh of release, because you know that any other state other than that is not the ideal state that serves you. It is not your natural state. It is not the state of your true self. It has been said in your literature, know thyself. This is why. What it simply means is take yourself to a place of knowingness. For in that state, not only will you know yourself, not only will you see more clearly all the things, not only will you discern more clearly all the things that are you, but more clearly all the things that are not you. You will know what you are, you will know what you're not, and when you know what you are, you will see, feel, experience more of the connection with the knowing of all that is, that knows you are expressions of the infinite, that knows you are unconditionally loved, that knows your true nature. You know it too. Don't deny it to yourself. You deserve it. Don't deny it to yourself. It is your true essential nature to be in a knowing state. Relax. 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 All the things that are not of the knowing state. On a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis. Relax. Do it. Do it.